So we are doing DC Smoke-Free Reacts, Episode 1, commercials around vaping. We're just going to watch these videos together. I'm going to give you my honest feedback and opinions. So we are starting with what do vaping and taxidermy have in common?
You could be vaping formaldehyde, which is used in taxidermy.
Oh, dear.
What?
Formaldehyde? Oh, dear.
What?
I knew it. Oh dear, oh dear.
What?
Aren't you an elk? I don't know what I am.
I think that's a good little video. It is true. You can get formaldehyde, and but that's just one of the many other things that we're finding. The more research that we have in these vapes, like the more stuff is not good about it. So for instance, in that conversation with Dr. Stantz we had recently, and again, you can check out the video like right here, we talked about vegetable glycerin and polyethylene glycol are kind of the carrier units in the vape liquid. And what they found in a study in mice was that while it didn't actually cause cancer, if you had cancer, it made those things grow a lot faster. So that's one of the things we're like, that's not so good. So we're learning, there's lots of research out there. We're learning more and more. And the more we learn, the more we realize this stuff is really not that great for us. It's really good to educate ourselves on the things that why we shouldn't do these. Tell others. If you're a parent out there, tell your kids. And if you're a kid out there, tell your friends, hey, this stuff isn't particularly good for us.
I thought I'd just get head spins, not nicotine poisoning.
Oh my god. His vape taped.
So nicotine poisoning is a real thing. You can get too much nicotine. Young infants getting a hold of, mom, dad, brother, sisters, vape nicotine pens or this e-liquid. Just a little bit of that on the skin can cause nicotine poisoning. So nicotine poisoning can be very deadly, can be very scary. We don't see it that often, but it is something that could happen. And so, kind of like that PSA for you at home, if you are a mom, dad, brother, sister, let's make sure you put these vape pens, if you use them, in places that aren't accessible to young children who could potentially face serious consequences.
I wanted to be social. I didn't want the addiction that took over.
I thought it was just a bit of fun, but not being able to breathe because of lung damage is definitely not fun.
While we're still not sure, we think that was really caused by a chemical called vitamin E acetate. And again, so you think of vitamin, like that's good for you, right? Well, it's true, vitamins are good for you, but only when you eat them. Like we can ingest a lot of things, and our stomach is really meant to eat a lot of things, right? But our lungs aren't. Our lungs don't have the same systems to clean out our bodies. Like our lungs can't take those things. And so when you inhale something like vitamin E acetate, they can really damage your lungs.
It's proven that vapes cause real harm. Every vape is a hit to your health. For more proof, search vaping harm.
Yeah, so vapes, do cause harm to your health. They are typically marketed as a harm reduction technique for cigarettes. So the thought or the idea behind this is like, hey, cigarettes are bad. We know cigarettes are bad. So instead of doing that, go ahead and use this e-cigarette, which may be less harmful. And the more we learn, the more we're realizing that they may be less harmful, but not by much. If you're an adult and you're a smoker out there and you want to try to quit, there's actually better proven techniques to quit besides e-cigarettes. There's medication, patches, all of those things. Oftentimes, it's maybe not just one thing that's going to help you quit. It's going to be a combination of things. It's going to be multiple attempts to quit. But through all that, you'll eventually quit. And it is challenging. It's hard. It's difficult. But it is possible. The video itself was very dark and talking about all the harms that can come from vaping. And while a lot of those, are true, some of them are more rare cases. I get that this is a vaping promotional video, and immediately what we're seeing is they're trying to make it look very cool and very attractive. We got the cool music, we got the cool girl. Everything about this is trying to say, wow, look at this product, look how cool it is. Just look at all the flavors. Ooh. different number of chemicals or different number of milligrams of nicotine. Yeah. So that was kind of cringy. I'm not gonna lie. I get it, right? They're in a business. They want to sell these vape pens. They want to make money. They want to pull people in. So the gimmick is this is cool. This is for young people, and that's the thing too. Is like in these commercials for vaping, oftentimes all you see is young people. And when I was in high school, not so long ago, and when I was even in college, like people didn't really smoke. Like cigarettes have been like going extinct. Like that's the thing. Cigarettes have absolutely been going extinct. When we look at the data for Oregon, we see less than 3% of youth using cigarettes. And so this idea that like, hey, these are gonna help you quit, like stop smoking, start vaping. I think that was one of the signs in there. But the reality is like, why are you showing kids or young adults, using these products when the reality is 97% of youth in Oregon aren't using cigarettes at all. In fact, they've never even tried cigarettes. You're making it look very attractive to kids. And so it's not quit smoking, start vaping. It's really the slogan should be start vaping now so we can get you addicted and make lots of money off of you. Because good luck quitting. Like that's really what the read between the lines is. Let's get you hooked.
Is that a vape?
Yeah, it's a vape.
Vapes are bad for you, so just don't do it. That won't work. I could just be friendly. Let her know I actually care. And that nicotine addiction can be one more source of stress you don't need in your life.
Step up for your students. Talk to them about vaping. Visit cdc.gov/vaping for more information.
Okay. So that was actually a good one. It was quick. It was easy to the point. When you watch these videos, especially as we're going through the production of like when we're going to make a video or a campaign or, something to target someone, share information with them, we have to realize who is our audience and what is their role. It looks like, these videos were set out not actually for teens or youth in order to get help or quit smoking, but actually these sets of videos were for educators. I believe the CDC came out with this. They wanted to explain or provide research-based evidence on how to talk with youth about vaping in a way that would actually work. And so they did that. And I think these videos, they did a very good job about that, about realizing that even as an educator, you're still a person. You still are trying to figure out like how to tell people information and how to teach and how to do it in a way that they're going to receive it, right? You have to meet people where they're at, especially like young youth. You have to meet them where they are, and then you can lift them up. I think he did a good job on that video. He kind of talks about like, oh, like that won't work. Maybe I can do this. I'll just tell them it's bad. It's not good for you. And he goes, well, wait a minute. Just telling someone that's bad for them doesn't always convince them to not do that thing. It's really hard to get valuable information out there because a lot of folks don't want to listen to that information, especially if it's against the thing that they're already doing. These things are bad. They've been bad. They'll continue to be bad. And like you could say that, but is it really going to resonate or land? Probably not. And so again, it's about meeting folks where they are and then going from there, being empathetic, being positive. Everyone has a story. Everyone has their own life choice. We want to just provide information, raise awareness about the danger of these things in a way that's comedic, positive, and hopefully going to help the next future generation. Thanks for watching our Rack series. If you like this video, you can go ahead and watch our series here. We have podcasts over here you can check out, and then we have a whole list of shorts and fun little things you can watch on the channel.